Governor, I want to start with you. You heard the chairwoman talk about that relationship between the party apparatus and President Trump. How important is that relationship for individual candidates moving forward?
Well, I think it's going to be really important. I think what's become clear to everyone is that President Trump is in the driver's seat of the Republican Party. It's clearly a new day in the Republican Party. The Republican Party now is an America First party. It is a peace through strength party. It is a pro-police party. It is a broad-based prosperity party. And that's because of President Trump's leadership. And I think moving forward, what you're going to see, I think there was a moment where a lot of the insiders and the lobbyists thought they're going to push President Trump out. He's very clearly in the driver's seat. This is his party. And I think you're going to see a united front as Republicans come together in 2022 to advance that America First message.
Congresswoman, there's a narrative out there about rhinos. I hear about it all the time. Are moderate Republicans in trouble here? Will they have a place in the party moving forward?
Well, they should, Lindsay, because I know, having come from a swing district, and you can pretty much map out the predictions of how particularly members of Congress will behave, especially regarding certain pieces of legislation, but also senators as well, based on the demographics, the political composition of their regions, their districts or states. All that said, I think we have to be, all of us, mindful of what Governor Greitens was just talking about. We do have to be united. Tactically and strategically, it is a mistake for any Republican to fail to embrace the accomplishments of President Trump, to fail wherever they are in the country, in whatever district or state they're in. Every Republican can champion those accomplishments without getting into perhaps what might be uncomfortable political situations for them. And that's what Republicans need to do. That Trump coalition has got to stay together. We have to keep enlarging the tent. We've got wonderful things to build on. I'm glad to see Chairman McDaniel and President Trump on the same page.
Yeah, I agree with you, though. Governor, your senior senator, Roy Blunt, announced he's not seeking re-election. Your name keeps getting floated on that list. Where are you in the decision-making process?
So we have not come to a final decision yet, Sean. I'll be sure when we do to come and talk with you and Lindsay and all of your viewers. But I can tell you, we are incredibly excited. We've got tremendous number of fired up supporters around the state of Missouri who are excited about a positive, optimistic, hopeful vision for how we can really revive the Republic and take our country back. And I just want to touch on, Dr. Hayworth made such a good point there, that there are so many accomplishments of President Trump, this broad-based prosperity, peace in the Middle East. These are all things that people can and should be talking about because they're important for American families across the country.
So if you just to be clear, when you decide it's going to be announced on Newsmax, is that a yes?
Well, I will make sure that we're spreading the news everywhere, Sean.
Right.
I will absolutely make sure
We're
getting the news out.
I gotta try.
Of course.
Congresswoman Hayworth, we talked to Congressman Tom Emmer about this about a week ago, how the secret sauce for the Republicans in 2020 was women, veterans, and minorities to get them elected. What should that look like for 2022 and 2024?
You know, I think it's really, really important that the Washington level Republican committees, the NRCC, concentrate hard on local knowledge. It's so important for, yes, great candidates, and I agree, we want to embrace diversity. That's crucial. And we also want to make sure that when we get those great candidates, we know what's going on the ground in their districts, because congressional politics is where the local meets the federal. And if you're running a campaign from Washington, D.C., that can be not the ideal situation. So relying on that local talent, developing that local talent and knowledge is really important in these districts.
Governor Greitens, let me ask you a Senate question. Chuck Schumer is moving forward with Xavier Becerra's nomination to be the Secretary of Health and Human Services tomorrow. does a single Republican have an excuse for not voting against that nomination?
No, Sean, look, it's very clear that the American people want to see Republicans stand up and fight when it matters. And this is clearly one of those cases where it matters.
All right.
Well,
Governor Greitens, Congresswoman Hayward, thank you so much for being here. Hope to have you back soon.